Simon, they just settled on what was a bit of a derby day demolition of Bradford here on Saturday night. Are you still flying high on cloud nine?
Yeah, obviously it's happier start to the week when you get a good win. I thought we put in a good performance, and although really happy, there's still some frustration around it because I feel like that's been there all along. But glad to get it out, and it was the right time to get it out as well. Obviously progressing the cup, but you get to go into your week off with a happier feel because it's a long, tough week off when you finish on a bad note.
And to nil them as well, and like you say, when the form in the league might have been a bit up and down, but we seem to have really hit our straps in the cup. So was that the most pleasing part of the performance, to keep them scoreless?
Yeah, no, it would have been disappointing in the latter stage of the game if they'd have got a try when we had that 0 for so long. But I think the most pleasing part was playing with confidence, which is what has been lacking. And I thought we were dominant from, I think, the first set of game. I think a couple of carries in there, we go in and through the line, so carried with some intent, and then we stretched them around quite a bit and made some space for ourselves. So generally happy with performance. There's obviously the improvement areas, as there always is, but I think for us hopefully that gives us that nudge of confidence to kick on now and hopefully replicate that against Newcastle in 2 weeks' time, pretty much.
Yeah, you mentioned the catalyst for a bit of a springboard, as we've seen in recent years. Do you think there's anything to do with maybe the ground being a bit firmer? That seems to coincide with when we see.
I think it does suit us. If you want to move the ball, it's a little bit easier when it is dry. The firmer ground helps. We've got a very fast back line, and when it's ankle deep quagmire stuff, you don't really get to see that. And I thought we showed a bit of that on occasion at weekend. Louis, he showed a turn of pace, obviously, and a few players in support did also. I just think it probably suits us a bit, but that's not an excuse for what has come before this. And in years gone by, we seem to start slowly. I think we started slowly under Rich every time as well, to be fair, and none of us have been able to get a finger on the why. But we have to be better, don't we, at the start of a season? That's something we can't change now, though. We just have to deal with what we've got. Next year we'll have to work out a way of how we do it, whether we get the scuba gear out or whatever. I don't know, we'll have to do something different, won't we? But I think we're not alone in it though, Faz. I think there's a number of teams that are up and down. I think I've said it before, repeating myself, but apart from Fev, Sheffield, Toulouse, everyone else has been up and down. There's been at least one anomaly every week for what the form guide or what the club stature, for example, might suggest. So look, we'll just keep batting on. If we can keep getting better week on week now, I think we'll see the team we are consistently, hopefully in the not too distant.
And progression to the 6th round sees the club rewarded with a mouthwatering tie against current world champions, Super League champions, St. Helens here at the Shea. So I guess the question is, who do you want in the quarterfinals when we beat them?
We'll take Warrington. Look, getting world champions to the Shea is massive. Hopefully we can do a good job of getting people here. Any young kids involved in rugby league, forget Halifax. You want to come and see the world champions and the players that they've got. So I think that could be really good for us. Look, it's a tough fixture. They play an unbelievable, relenting brand of rugby in both attack and defence, so it'll be a massive challenge for us, but certainly one to enjoy. Absolutely no pressure and no expectation around beating Saints, but we're a proud team, proud club, and we'll want to give ourselves a good account of ourselves and see where we're at. If we can make it a contest for a while and hang in there when it is tough, because it will be tough, we'll be proud of the performance.
Yeah, we most recently played them in the semi-finals at Bolton in 2019. Yourself coached that day and put up a really proud performance. That must be the key of just giving a good account of ourselves to the nation, really, would you say? And
displaying some of the quality at Championship as well. I think we've got a really good competition, and we might get the Monday nights. We never really get the glamour ones on a Friday, Saturday or a Sunday, do we? But look, I don't know, it sounds defeatist because you just never know, do you? But it is a big ask. It would be a massive ask for us to turn them over. But if we can go out there and play our way despite the quality in front of us, and try and limit the damage, when they're riding high in the game, I think we can all come away happy. But the opportunity to bring Saints here, who haven't been here for 20 plus years now, I think, that's a really good one, and hopefully get plenty across the Pennines from their neck of the woods to come and have a watch. And hopefully put on a good performance and a good day for rugby league fans in general.
And speaking of semi-finals, not only do we progress to the 6th round of the Challenge Cup, we've made the semi-finals of the 1895 Cup, guaranteed one game from Wembley. With the draw for that being a while away, the game itself being a couple of months away, how important is it that you keep everyone's mind firmly focused on what's coming in the coming weeks and not maybe have your thoughts drift too far into the future?
It's important, but hopefully it's not too difficult, because you need to be playing well with a fit squad. I think when we come back from this break, we should have just about everyone ready to go. So yeah, if you want to be part of those big games, obviously we've got to get to the semi, we've got to get through that and get to Wembley. So there's also a league in between that, and obviously the Challenge Cup as well. So yeah, if you want to be part of it, you've got to be performing, training and performing well on the weekends. So yeah, I think that'll be pretty obvious to the lads what they need to be doing, and they will want to play in those games. So it's on them really. I say it time and time again. You do often, the team kind of picks itself for reasons beyond your control, such as injury and whatnot, but there are other times when it kind of picks itself again through the control that they have on their performances. So I'll throw it back on them, and they can have a big say in what that team looks like and whether they're part of it or not.
And obviously the teams that we could potentially face: York Knights, London Broncos, Batley Bulldogs. Have you got a preference of who you'd like to play, home, away, or is it one of those we'll deal with what comes as it comes?
Yeah, it'll be what it'll be. No one's in control of the draw. A home tie would obviously, for obvious reasons, be great against any of them, but whichever way you look at it, whether it's home, away, whichever the opposition is, it's going to be a tough fixture, and they'll be viewing it the same way as us, an opportunity to get to Wembley. So I think it'll be a committed, tight performance, tight games, because they're all quality teams that are left in that comp. So yeah, nothing to fear for us, I don't think. And again, I think they'll all be saying the exact same. So look, we'll just focus on the next league game at the moment, and hopefully we can start building some form and build on that performance we had just last week. So yeah, a lot to look forward to, hopefully.
Yeah, practicing what I preach, then going back to the current day, not looking too far ahead. Obviously we'll train tonight, and then we've got the weekend off for the international break. I think Louis Dufresne potentially could be the only one that's in action. What are your plans around this weekend off? Obviously it's been a quite brutal start to the season, playing on some quagmire pitches, tough defeats, close wins. What does your schedule look like for the next week, and then leading into Newcastle away next
weekend?
I
think we've hit that stage of the year where everyone's not sick of the sight of each other, but we could do with a little break from each other, and with our progress in the cup, that means weekends off now are going to be, I think that might be it, to be honest. If we progress further in the 1895, our weekends will be blocked out, so this is the opportunity to have some space, and I think the lads have earned it. I do think, I've said time and time again, the effort's been there all year. The performances might not have been what we wanted at times, but the effort's been there, and they have earned this break. Yeah, I think it'll do us good, just an opportunity to recharge. The Bulls game was tough, the York game was physical, the last few have been quite tough, and a couple of shorter turnarounds in between, so opportunity to freshen up, get some space. I'm sure plenty of lads will be getting away. It'll be a conditional break though, there'll be stuff to do, just to make sure they're not walking in next week full of cobwebs sort of thing. There'll be something they need to do while they're away from us, and we'll get set off with the best intentions and in the best shape we can for the Newcastle prep.
Thanks, Simon. Enjoy your time off.
No worries.